The date is June 10th. Yeah, the June 10th, was it June 15th, 2010? Yeah, that's it. Sorry. I've been just kind of relaxing, having the bag. But yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. And yeah, I'm celebrating my New Year today, like what, 2 days afterwards, or almost on the third day. But anyways, we're doing our my little thing I like to call the Motu Classics collecting history that I like to do, that I've been doing, because I never got a chance to review these figures, even though they've been reviewed by many other people. Some people, I never cared for their reviews, but who cares for mine anyways. But that's regardless of the fact. We're going back to, it was 2010, June 6th, or no, it was the 6th month, which is June, which is the month after my birthday. And yeah, I purchased Keldor. I was living with my ex-girlfriend, Nicole, aka Shebiz, and I could almost even blame Motu Classics for us not getting married, but that's regardless of the point of the fact, because me and her are going to go to a friend's wedding, or her friend's wedding, in February anyway, so we still hang out and do stuff anyways. That's regardless. But this is probably my least favorite of all the Motu Classics figures, is Keldor. It's cool because he's a nod to the 2000X series and stuff. But the only thing I really thought he was cool for is that he had a cape that you could put on regular Skeletor, and you could kit bash him with the Alcala head and stuff, and make him look really cool, you know, and make various other Skeletor figures and do a really cool kit bash, and get the cool staff from the Nameless one, and have your pretty much ultimate Skeletor. But yeah, we've got the villainous D-bag. He reminds me of the villain from Bullwinkle and stuff, Rocky and Bullwinkle, with the little mustache and or the Van Dyke, or whatever you want to call it, and the goatee and stuff. He's kind of like that dastardly villain, like pretty much duct taping chicks to, you know, train tracks so they can get ran over or whatever, tying them to train tracks or whatever. I don't know, whatever. But he was never really my favorite of the Motu Classics figure, but he's cool, and it's a cool nod to the 2000X series and stuff. And it's funny because I actually did save the card for this figure. I saved some of the cards, not all of them. And then some figures I did buy loose. And then some figures, yeah, whatever, have the card. But here's Keldor of the House of Miro, banished from the royal palace in part due to distrust for the rare blue-skinned Gar race, which is also another Gar raced character, is Cyclone, supposedly, now, in this new kind of lore, or the lore of the Four Horsemen era. And Prince Keldor became an outcast. He traveled to Eternia seeking knowledge and guidance, eventually discovering the ancient spirit of Hordak. From him, Keldor learned the dark arts, some occult stuff, and came to realize that to truly unite Eternia, he would need to take command of the planet himself. He gathered an army of fellow outcasts and led them in battle against his brother, Captain Randor, who is now King Randor. Eventually led them into battle against his brother. Captain Randor eventually defeated and near death. Keldor once again turned to Hordak, who, in exchange for his own freedom, agreed to save Keldor's life by merging him with Demo Man, which we'll do a video on him someday soon. Maybe I'll kick it up a notch, and we'll get some more of these. I'll probably just start doing a lot of these videos anyways. Twisting Keldor into Skeletor, Lord of Destruction, which we know is Skeletor, Skeletor is the first Motu figure I ever got when I was a kid, when I was a little one, back in the 80s. That was the first figure I bought with Skeletor. I didn't get He-Man first, it was Skeletor. It was probably Skeletor, He-Man, then Teela, probably. I think that was probably how that went. But that's so long ago and it's hard to remember. But yeah, here we got Keldor. You know what's funny I've never done with Keldor? I've never popped off his head, which I still have a hard time trying to do. Is I never tried to pop off his head. And there you can see there's a little slot for a sword. And put a regular Skeletor, because you can have a booted Skeletor, which I never thought about. I never really cared about having a booted Skeletor figure, and I never thought about doing that. But yeah, this is pretty much Keldor. You've got the kind of handsome D-bag look of Keldor. You know, he's not a bad looking dude. He kind of looks a little D-baggy, you know. And the armor's cool because you got a different colored armor with the gray right there and stuff, and the, you know, it's not bad. He's not a bad figure, but he's not my favorite. He never was my favorite out of all of these. But because the thing was, it's like, oh, you can just take off the cape, put it on Skeletor, and have yourself a cool caped regal Skeletor. And he came with 2 halves of his purple power sword, which I don't have enough fingernails to pick them up, but yeah, you could put it together, snap it together, and have you a solid purple power sword. So yeah. And mind you, I am an adult, so I've been having a few adult beverages, so it might be a little hard just to snap together a purple power sword. Please forgive me. But yeah, whoop. See, I told you. Which my buddy Overlord would say that would make for an interesting review nonetheless. But yeah, still it is. Ah, man, dude, they just don't make the hands gummy enough to just stick a sword in it, which you actually have to put some effort in and get that sword in there. And yeah, you got a sword in there. And then he comes with this little thing. I guess this is a nod from the 2000X2 era. This little kind of vial thing of whatever it is, of gobbledygunk or whatever. Maybe it's flarp, who knows. But yeah, because in 2000X we all know that Keldor became Skeletor, and his face burned into acid and stuff like that or whatever. And yeah, but I watched some 2000X not too long ago, and I had a lot of 2000X figures. I still do have some 2000X figures, and it was cool to see He-Man rebooted that year, and I would still like to see He-Man rebooted right now. That would be awesome to see something new, because we've had a lot of reboots. We've had the New Adventures of He-Man, and then we've had 2000X He-Man. But I'd like to see another reboot of He-Man. Something cool. I mean, they keep doing the classics. I know Super 7's keeping it going and stuff, but man, his hands are really hard to get stuff into. That's the one thing you got to notice about this awkward review I'm doing. That, yeah, God, look. And I'm not a weak guy. It's have been drinking tonight, but man, this is really, oh my God, this is hard to just get this little vial into his hand. Anyhow, we'll just give it up with that, because I don't want to spend the whole review trying to get this little stupid vial in his hands. But other than that, yeah, this is Keldor, and once again, he is not my favorite figure out of the line. But as far as my Motu Classics collecting history, this is one of the figures that I got within that period of time. And so we got to give him a shout out. And it's kind of weird going back and looking at, you know, what figures I got certain times they came out and stuff like that, because I had to backtrack and get a lot of cool figures and stuff that were more cooler, you know, like Beast Man and stuff, and like Evil Lyn. But Evil Lyn had to be a reissue, I'm pretty sure, and Hordak might have had to been also a reissue too. And I still don't have, which to this day I do not have, the Battle Armor He-Man, which I would like to get, but hopefully soon. But he's expensive, like 80 to 90 bucks or so. But anyways, let's look at Keldor. I don't want to go into articulation, because it's pretty much a lot of the standard articulation you get from these figures. It's not, unless you're born under a rock or you just never, you know, whatever. It's, yeah. He's not a bad figure, but I don't know, he's just not my favorite. But anyways, that's a look at Keldor. Thanks for watching, everybody. More collecting history videos coming up soon, and probably better than this one. So if you want to give it a thumbs down, I don't blame you, because I would probably give it a thumb down myself. Anyways, thanks for watching, y'all, and more to Classics collecting history on the way, and probably more of them on the way, which I am actually sober. Thanks for watching, y'all, and have a good one, and thanks to everybody who subscribed or dared to subscribe. I'm sorry. Thank you.